Take 3. So, it was really wild. Computer is now shut down on me twice. Maybe I shouldn't say some of those things then. But maybe something else is going on. I did leave the computer on all night. So, anyway, right? So, good morning, guys. Cheers. So, I woke up super early this morning to a blood sugar that I was running low. So, I had to grab something real quick. This is now my second cup of coffee, and finally starting to come to a bit. So, so yesterday was the Saints game, right? Saints and the Falcons. Saints won. But my tenants were out front, all dressed up, everything, football jerseys, everything on, all dolled up, ready to go to their son's house and go drink. Go drink beer and a lot of food and that kind of stuff, and have their son's girlfriend or fiance, her children, his children. So all the grandkids, everybody's going to be there, probably a friend or two on top of that. And and my tenant tells me that she tested positive for this new Autobot Decepticon version, right? And then she proceeds to tell me that she had her booster. So where's the logic there? What are we missing? Isn't there like a 14-day or a 21-day quarantine, self-quarantine, right? So you just went and put everyone else at risk, basically, in my view. Now, this is a person who's never had to deal with any sort of cross-contamination or bacterial or microbial anything, right? So I almost asked if she was a Democrat, if that was why, because I'm purple, so I'm neither red nor blue, right? But like I said, where's the logic there? So do as I say, not as I do. You know the ones, they enforce mandates, all this kind of stuff, and then go out in public with no PPE, that sort of stuff, right? So suddenly, you're positive. Now I don't know when the diagnosis was. I have many questions to come later on today for my tenant, because neither her nor the husband were wearing a mask, so he's at risk. He takes care of her hand over foot. It's like, and there's nothing wrong with either one of them, but other than both being hypochondriacs. So, I look and I wonder if this is such a deadly thing, right, by the umbrella corporation, then if this is the mindset of the population, and if this were true, then we're all doomed. So, I had a very disturbing dream many years ago, way before any of this. And it was more like Mad Maxville. So I don't know if that was because of the prepper days and, the destruction of the financial system, or the economy, or the zombie apocalypse, and all of these other scenarios, right? So I don't know if this dream was because of any of that. It may have been, but it was very vivid, and to the point where, people without food were hunting others with it, you know, basically. So, where people were robbing and stealing and hurting others, you know, because they had nothing left to lose. So the dream involved, stacking bodies out at the street, lighting them on fire, stuff like that. So it was very vivid, very disturbing. Um, and I also, in the dream, had to bury my tenants in the backyard because there was no one to come around and pick up bodies. Never shared this with anyone, but a few other things were in that too. But I don't want to get into it much more. It was, I don't know if that was, like I said, because of the time, the time frame of the Mad Maxville and all these different things back around 2011, then 2012, the Mayan calendar, the Kachina, stuff like that. So I don't know if the dream was caused by that or the medicines, that I was on at the time. Because during all the eye surgeries and stuff, I was heavily sedated. So, but that was, I just look at what happened yesterday and I'm floored, right? So, I mean, if this were to ever come to that point, the whatever variant, the Decepticons, the Autobots, you know, if that day were to ever come, we're doomed. If this is the population, they have no concept of um, contamination, cross contamination, decontamination zones. They never had to do any of that, you know. I'm thankful that the other day I denied, they offered me food, right? So I had already eaten and denied the food, and now yesterday I find this out. It's like, wow. And then, because you got your booster shot, everything's fine? No. No. You tested positive. Why are you going out to all these other places? And I'm certain that they've never done drywall a day in their life because this mask does not prevent anything. Even says it on the side of the box. However, if you ever did drywall's at 0.3 microns. So how does that get through the mask, right? At 0.3. But yet, the spores of this thing is down to 0.03 microns. Filters nothing. So, I mean, it does stop some of the expulsion. So, I mean, if you were to sneeze or cough, it would stop that from being such a projectile, but or basically slow it down, right? That's about it. But no, dude, I was really floored with that yesterday. I mean, that's that's stupid. That is stupid. And this is the population we deal with, right? So, you know, the same people haunting me daily to go get these different jabs, right? I refuse. I just do. It's just me. I mean, like I said, I'm neither Republican nor Democrat. I'm an independent, a free thinker. I'm still waiting on the data. We still don't know this. So, with every other drug, there's a 18-month term to document the side effects, right? I understand this one's different. It was an emergency at the time, right? So, and because it was an emergency, if anything does go wrong, you have no source of recourse against any of these big names or anyone. It's completely voluntary. So, they don't get it. They don't do their research. They're only concerned about the football game and going to drink beer. Wow. Wow. So anyway, look, before this cuts off on me, y'all be cool. Go make it a day. Later.